Good afternoon. Welcome. Risk On, episode 61, brought to you by FOMO, best multi-chain trading experience out there. Go check it out today. Download it. Go trade with us. Also, shout out FOMO for sending me a mouse. Did you guys get mouses too?
I haven't got that yet, man. I'm looking forward to it. I actually could do with that. Like, I would use this. Like,
You would use a mouse?
I would use the mouse. That mouse is sick. That mouse is literally sick. If you're not using the mouse already, you need to start using the mouse.
I actually don't even use a mouse or a keyboard. I just use a laptop.
This guy's so unserious, bro. This guy's a trap pad.
I have mine. I was supposed to bring it up here actually, but it's still wood Mac Mini mode right now. It has not been unboxed,
Dude.
In the plastic.
Yeah. Well, one day when I go on camera, finally, I will show everybody my unopened Mac Mini box, which you guys can actually see on the bottom of our screen. But it is unopened. I'm still, maybe one day I'll open it. I'll become a Mac Mini guy, a Claude guy. But for now, I'm not. But anyways, thanks, FOMO.
Bro, when did you buy that thing?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
The best part was
early. He was early. This was like the early initial bubble of Mac Mini taking over when OpenClaw first got released. So Wood was actually like, he had a chance to be early, but it just never came out of the box. And then it became relevant. You no longer needed it. And so now, who knows, man? It might have to get auctioned off.
Bro, honestly, it might have to go back to Amazon at this point. Might have to go back to Amazon.
I should return it, actually. I should take my $700 or whatever it was and just get it back. The best part is that I paid for express delivery.
Yeah, man.
I paid for same-day delivery. I was like going to rip this thing open, and then I was like, who am I kidding? I'm not going to do that.
Imagine all the greatness that could have been achieved if you cracked that open. You know?
I mean, there's still time. I still could become great.
Yeah, true. Time's ticking, though. Time's ticking.
Not as great or not as rich as you fuckers are, though, currently, with your Zek bags. Last episode, Zek was... This was Tuesday. I think Zek was at like 380, $400 on Tuesday.
And we were feeling pretty good about that. We were pretty
you were pretty euphoric, and now we're just up another 50%. And Swizzle is writing fucking articles on X. That's how euphoric Swizzle is. You know Swizzle's euphoric when he's writing Twitter articles.
Bro, I might write.
I didn't read your article. It was too many words.
I figured you didn't. I figured you didn't. I have now written 2 articles in the X article era. And they've both been Zcash related. And the first time I wrote it, I think I like truly put the top in. I think we were like, you see that wick at the top at like $730 or whatever. We were going back down. I think it was around $550, and I was like, talking about buying the dip, and I figured this was a nice little consolidation. Posted article, and then a lot of blood after that. So let's see this time around if I can do the same thing.
Bro, look at this chart, by the way. Like, you know how happy this makes me. This is probably one of my biggest backs right now. You know,
go to the weekly. Go to the weekly. Actually, the weekly is looking real nice.
We're getting our asteroid moment. We're getting our asteroid moment where Wood's sidelined and we're in, but we're just in Zcash. You know,
this is a horny chart.
Yeah.
This chart wants it.
Yeah. Is it crazy to say it looks like a chart that's warming up?
Yeah, that's the perfect word. I think that's the perfect word. It's warming up. It's brewing.
Something looks like brewing. A test. Yeah. It almost looks like the previous the first run up in November is kind of looking like a test pump now.
Yeah.
To add fuel to the fire, CZ this morning said that Bitcoin might be replaced in the future. What's it going to be replaced with?
Music to my ears. That is music to my ears with Zcash. As someone who doesn't hold any Bitcoin, but they hold Zcash, I am fully for that.
I think that that's something we can get into it later, but I think this is like segment worthy that we talk about, because do any of us own Bitcoin? Would you hold some?
I actually tweeted, no, I do hold some in like IRAs and whatever, but I actually tweeted out this morning a picture of the 1-year QQQ chart and said, imagine owning BTC in 2026.
So I saw your post, and I actually wanted to talk about it because I think we're at a really strange inflection point that I don't really remember having like this sentiment starting to traverse around amongst like people in CT or multi-cyclers. Like the sentiment has always been like you can do whatever else you want to mess around on chain. The goal is to accumulate Bitcoin, right? And like effectively it's like there's a ton of volatility in Bitcoin, but like just with that asset, buy and hold, that's the end game. And it feels like it's shifted in a material way, unless I'm just one of these like degenerates who's at the far end of the risk curve and I'm just going to be proved wrong again. And it's like, hey, you shouldn't have done that. It feels like because of everything that's happened over the last few years, where Bitcoin is at now, it doesn't really feel like a lot of the masses, and like with all the institutional talk, like the normie kind of like mindset is now in on Bitcoin, and they view it as like, okay, just buy Bitcoin. And I feel like a lot of like crypto natives have a mindset now that is like, it no longer makes sense to hold Bitcoin. Yes, it's going to go up. Yes, it's going to lead the asset class, and that's the bet we're taking. But if you believe in this industry, it's not asymmetric to hold Bitcoin anymore. You need to find the pockets of outperformance and what is real that's separated from the trash of the altcoin landscape. I am really wondering if it makes sense to hold Bitcoin in a portfolio. I just don't know. Like, I don't know if I see considerable upside in comparison to equities on Bitcoin. And I do see that in select assets. I think it can be true that altcoins are a scary place to be, and you can't get caught bag holding them, but that's for like the majority of the asset class. But there are specific assets that I would rather hold long-term than Bitcoin right now.
Which are they? Hype and Zcash?
It's the same ones as everyone else. And this is kind of what my article was hinting at. But yeah, it's like Hype and Zcash. You know, for me, Zcash is more interesting than Hype based on where we're at with things and based on like the speculatory nature of it. But yeah, it's really those two. And then there's like other things that I think are worth like the merits of like continuing to due diligence on are worth kind of looking into to decide if they go into that category. But like, I can't sit here and say I think it's a better idea to hold Bitcoin than it is to hold Zcash.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I kind of agree. Because last cycle, Bitcoin was way more interesting. You know, maybe this isn't the cycle lows, because I would say I'm not interested in Bitcoin at this current price, but I would be interested in the 50s, the 40s, but I don't think we're getting that. But last cycle, it was like, we had 15K Bitcoin. Like we had 15 to 20K Bitcoin. That is really interesting. That you can go, wow, I'm like, considerable upside is here. Considerable upside is here at 15 to 20K. At 80s, like, I'm in the same boat. I don't see massive upside. And it's like, I would much rather hold, the riskier asset in Zcash and Hype. Would I be comfortable buying Zcash here right now? That could be a bit shaky. You know, I don't think I would.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be really volatile. I guess my point is I want to ask you guys this, because I would say certain alts, let's look at Hype, for example, have proved to be pretty resilient during just a disgusting, nasty bear market, right? Pretty resilient. They've been damaged and bloodied, but pretty resilient. If we get back into, for whatever reason, we are able to get back into a raging bull market for crypto, what would be your expectations for Bitcoin where you would comfortably hold to? And in that case, what happens to Zcash or Hype?
What, like a raging bull market, BTC? Like, what are the numbers going to be called out for next cycle high?
Like, where would you think raging bull market? What can Bitcoin go to?
200, 220, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, so
I was saying 220.
We were having this conversation about a different stock yesterday. Actually, I was asking XY in the chat we have with them about Hood. I was considering buying it, and he had a really good comment, which kind of also, I think, summarizes my thoughts on Bitcoin too, which is Bitcoin, which now it feels less differentiated. Institutions and all private and public companies are embracing crypto across the board. So like, what are the catalysts next up for Bitcoin?
Yeah.
And like, what's the upside? Like, I'm going to hold Bitcoin, which has 50, 100% downside to it. Easy. Like, it's a volatile asset, right?
It's not going to zero now, but there's still significant downside. Yeah.
But what's my upside? Like, can I capture similar upside holding QQQ, something with significant less downside, I think I probably can. And so, like, why am I bidding Bitcoin today?
Bro,
So
these
that's
stock
my
charts
point.
are just
I know. I think we all agree.
So as you start talking about Zcash, of course, this is risk profile. I get that. But the downside on Zec is 90%, 95%. Yeah. So you could lose a lot if your bet is wrong. But it's going to be correlated to the overall market asset class a bit. What's the upside? The difference between that and Bitcoin, the catalysts are infinite. We're in a price discovery mode. Nobody has any idea. We could be near the top right now. We could have a few more catalysts, and then there's just a certain cap. But it's at an $8 billion market cap right now. Peanuts compared to everything else. And just even saying some of these things that are being said on the tip of your tongue, that you even have the thought in the back of your mind, like Bitcoin has these quantum resistance issues. Oh, Zcash could be a possible solution for that. Like transparency issues. Oh, the privacy thing could turn out to be really big. Like, oh, if it scales and all of a sudden you can do a lot more on the chain, what does that do to? There's just infinite catalysts, and like the discoverability of this thing is so asymmetric right now that again it could top here, it could go down 90%, 100%. But as an investor, I can't really make an argument for why Bitcoin makes more sense.
That could be at 5K and I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I think in the broader scheme of things, that makes sense.
Don't throw them numbers out there. Oh my God. You start calculating the bag at 5K, you're like...
We're not saying probable, you know? We're not saying
no, but like, it wouldn't shock me. And like, I don't, you know, like, are we in, you know, equities have massively outperformed crypto in the last year. It's clear. So like, if equities even so as sneeze, crypto gets taken out to the fucking woodshed. There's still that massive like risk hanging over everything. I think
like that risk has been there like for the whole time. You know, I know people who've been scared the whole cycle of going equities look tops, and then like it just simply they never are, and it keeps on ripping up. And that's low key.
We are. If we go back to our guy, what's his name, Ben Cowan, the guy I had accidental Twitter beef with. We're nearing that inflection point of you remember we talked about how in past cycles he was right until he was wrong, and then he kept bear posting all the way as we just grind it up. We're kind of at that moment where like we're sort of at the point here. If we test 83K again, if we test 86K, if we test 90K on Bitcoin, like he could be right, and that's, you know, we hit this peak and then we end up barreling out and we bottom in October and it gets really bloody again. Or, you know, do we keep grinding up while this wall of worry, you know?
I mean, it's the sell and may go away thing. I didn't listen last year.
Even he acknowledged, though, he said there was a possibility that we could bottom in May.
Wow.
According to some of these cycle truthers, you know.
A lot of smart guys think we're up only from here. I'm seeing a lot of that. You know, I generally have no idea. I still am of the opinion that crypto is a place you come to for asymmetric gains and you gamble on chain. I don't see the need to be allocated to majors right now if I'm not like feeling especially strong about it, especially with equities performing the way they are. I'm personally sideline crypto and happy to rejoin it when on-chain or trench conditions get good. Like that's my take. Do you guys agree with that at all? Or are you just like, I'm gonna bid heavy bags into Zec and hope it goes up more from here? Or is there any part of you that kind of feels like that's the right move?
I'm addicted to the Zec bag. I'm in love with the Zec bag. I have to be real. I'm in love with the Zec bag, and I think on-chain doesn't come back the way people think. Like, it just doesn't come back the way people think. It's not happening on fucking Solana. Like, this is... I'm so hard stance on this. It's not happening on Solana. Like, it's just a car crash every time it does. It's the same fucking players. Nah, I'm not interested in playing that game. I would be interested in... I think it's a long way off. I know I said this a long time ago, that if anything happens on chain Zcash, I am the first guy on the chain. I am the first guy on the fucking chain. This might happen in a year. This might happen in a year and a half, but I will be all over it, no matter what Zcash price is. But yeah, I don't think on chain and that trench environment comes back in the way we all know. It never does, It never does.
Yeah.
Like cycle on cycle. It's the NFT argument, It just never comes back in that way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just hard stance, but well, not a popular one, I know.
No, I mean, I don't disagree with you, man. Like, I mean, especially we can segue into this quickly. Is we saw Alon or Alone or Alon, whatever we want to call him. Henry, you can post this up now. Shilling Hantavirus as the token. Basically, don't bet on it on Polymarket, just buy the token.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting for a bunch of reasons we can talk about, but like he topped the coin. A bunch of KOLs jumped into it, and then I saw shitting on Pump. I saw Frank shitting on Pump. Now, do I think that there's something to what he's saying though? Like, you guys can talk about prediction markets better than I can, but is there any validity to saying crypto meme coins can replace prediction markets?
I think in prediction markets you can't be scammed.
Yeah,
you win on the outcome. It's like with Pumpfun meme coins, you could be right, but you might just be in the wrong coin. And it's not even the wrong coin. It's just it got vamped by some guy, some coal, and then you're just a dickhead who bought the wrong coin. Like when you could have been on prediction markets and just been right. And if you're right, then you win. So and it's like posting this, and now it literally topped the coin, and now it's down. It is down. What, 65%? It's not great.
Oof.
It's not great. And
where was it at when he posted this?
It wicked to 18 mil. Yeah, it wicked to 18 mil after his post, and now we're back at 6.
It's fully retraced the pump at this point.
Yeah, it's fully retraced the pump, and it's like, it's just, I do see where he's coming from. I do see the idea. Like it does make a lot of sense, but it's not the same. It's simply not the same. And you're just like, it's a faster way to lose than prediction markets here. Yes, your upside is bigger, but
I mean, I thought this. I actually think there's so many layers to this. I thought it was really interesting. Yeah. I personally, I don't think they're like as comparable, or like I find the approach weird, as if he's it's like this is like a recognition from someone who was in this past cycle with the meme coin renaissance and all that, who's clearly coming across like threatened by prediction markets, as if they're like taking a piece of their pie. And it's like, I guess technically that is true, but I just don't view them really as the same thing. I don't view them as competitors. And when you do it in this way, if you do try to make that a competition, you're gonna lose. Because like we talk about the game being solved. At the end of the day, the meme coin thing, it's a game. It's a social engineering game. And I think there's a little bit of a lot of disingenuousness of posting this, because it's like, dude, what did he say? If you scroll down, he was talking about how much volume there was as an indicator, how much liquidity. And I'm like, the people who are reading your post are people who know who Alon is and know what Pumpfun is, and they know how this works a little bit. We know that volume is not exactly real. So you're using that as a metric, and it's like, I agree with you on the standpoint of like, hey, there's a better chance for like asymmetric gains. It's a risk reward game. You can't buy something on Polymarket with very few exceptions, and all of a sudden you get a 50x overnight like you can with meme coins. That was what was so amazing about them. And that's where his point is valid. But to say, oh, look at the volume, look at the difference, like I think it's a little short-sighted, and it comes off a little cringe, because it's like, dude, we know you're part of the reason why the volume is what it is, and that doesn't necessarily equate to price going up. It might be, there's a lot of tools that people can use to artificially, make this stuff look appealing to people that don't know what's going on. Yeah. So they're just different things. They're different things entirely. And that's not me, actually. It's not an anti-meme coin take. It's like, it was a strange post to make it competitive thing.
Yeah, I think the volume can be real, but the volume could be sell side. There's a lot of sell side volume here.
Right.
Like,
I mean, dude,
so,
it did 35 mil in volume. It's at 5 million market cap.
yeah, that tells you all the story you need to know. There's
Like,
there's a lot of
what was the coin? There was another coin that before this Hantavirus one, there was one called
last week.
Soothsayer. If you guys saw the guy, some random account tweeted out in 2022 something about coronavirus and Hantavirus. That coin topped at like 600K market cap. And it did like 8 million in volume in like the first 8 hours. So like, okay, there's tons of volume. What does that mean exactly?
Told you it's a farm.
It wasn't really liquid. If you had tried to buy $5,000 worth, it would have been just insta sold off. So
I think volume is no longer like, yes, it's a gauge of interest, but it's also a gauge of this coin is getting farmed to death. And I think
yeah, go on.
It's a tough one. No, yeah, I was going to say with Hantavirus, I think Pump are in a tough spot of it now because it could pull the classic Pumpfun chart where it wicks all the way down. It goes back down to like 2 or 3 mil. It dies. Like no one's really speaking about it anymore, and then it just fucking starts mooning out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
That's a bonk chart. That's not a pump chart.
Also a bonk chart as well. But yeah, man, it's I don't know. I'm not a fan of how that all.
What's the pro side? Like, I don't know if you're the right one to do this, but like, is there an argument to take Alon's side on this?
Pro side is that is asymmetric upside. If you're right, ability to get in and out of it with more liquidity. I mean, yes, the 33 million could be sell side, it could be whatever, but there's an active market for this. What is the biggest prediction market for Hantavirus doing on Polymarket right now in volume?
I think that was Alon's point.
He said mil.
So I mean, we've had this same discussion on air before. We've showed big prediction markets for political events before with 800K in volume, where if you want to buy any size in it, you just can't. There's no liquidity in a lot of these things. So I get what he's saying. On the flip side of it, the downside risk is tremendous here. And you're also not dealing with a binary outcome, and you're dealing with players with counterparties you don't know, right? And I think that's your biggest risk here. That's your threat. Like this clearly, I mean, if you look at this chart, it looks like a farm. It looks like Pumpfun farmed this chart, made some money off of it, made a couple mil off of it, and is moving on. That's my takeaway from looking at this chart and this outcome. Alon shills it, you see where that happens,
now, that
and then
said,
you see what happens.
Yeah.
So like that's your counterparty.
And that's not Alon's fault though, right? That's not really like that's the fact that the game's been solved. People were looking for the catalyst. So they, Alon didn't do that. They were looking for that and they utilized it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Free market.
For sure. The other thing, there's a whole other layer to this, which is like, should we be speculating on like a meme coin about a virus that's going to kill people? And like from a moral point of view, like why is he sitting, like why is this his thing? Like why does he want to come out and make a stand on a fucking virus that's killed people in the last 24 hours?
I think
like,
it's more
that's weird to me.
It's a bet on virality. It's a bet on how viral it is and things like that. Less about
but it reminds me of like the Charlie Kirk meme coin. Like I was actually very bullish on the Charlie Kirk meme coin because we saw what happened with the Luigi meme coin, which went to like 40 or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, this Charlie Kirk thing is going to be great. But then I just felt so fucking disgusting about it. I was like, I'm not going to tweet about this.
Now
I'm
that's
not going to
true.
like tell my friends to buy this.
Now that's true. Same problem happens with prediction markets and with meme coins. It's like you're going to we saw the same stuff with prediction markets with the war. Like, are there going to be boots on the ground, or is something getting a specific? I think there was one about like, is a school going to get bombed, or crazy stuff like that.
Crazy.
That said, like I do think it's interesting. Same day, while Alon comes out and stokes the fire, it's like, meanwhile, we're getting these news that like these prediction market valuations are just going straight vertical.
It's
like
crazy.
I thought this was crazy.
It's
Comes
insane,
out yesterday. Polymarket similar, slightly below, but like,
22 billion for Kalshi.
This is all in a year. This is in 1 year. Like they've added $20 billion worth of private valuation. This new $22 billion round, it gets announced like Morgan Stanley's facilitating private deal on it. You've got, I forget who else. There's big entities that are piling into this thing. So that's one of the reasons, obviously, like meme coins in a more niche area had this crazy mind share in crypto, and a lot of it is switching over. So this here is certainly one of the reasons. It's like, okay, do we need to try to fight against this?
Yeah.
But I don't think you can fight that battle.
Yeah, I think as well, this is a whole different ball game. This isn't meme coin traders. They're coming for the gambling side of things. They're coming for the bookies and shit. Like this is and $22 billion is just insane. Like in a year's time, this is the most crazy, one of the most crazy upcomings of a company we've seen. But yeah, it's a whole different game. And when Alon's comparing to someone like Kalshi or Polymarket, it feels, you guys are no longer in the same conversation.
And part of that is like, who's the subject audience? Like who's the target? And this is the one thing, whether you want to call Polymarket or Kalshi like crypto native or not, like they have some elements with on-chain settlement. They're ultimately consumer facing products. Like they appeal to the masses. Like even if you're not getting the 100x returns or whatever, I think in the early days of this podcast, like we talked about, we were a little bit like hesitant on prediction markets as a platform at first. And like, I mean, obviously Max and I don't know how much we can talk about it. We're working on something in that space now, but like I've done a full 180 over the course of the last few months. I think this is such a real, like massive target audience, like sustainable. It's just a different type of TAM than it is what you see with the meme coin stuff, Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And we're even seeing in memes like that TAM is evaporating in front of your eyes too. So it makes sense that Alon is grasping at straws to cling on to whatever he can to try to show. But I mean, I can see, I don't know, these guys have too much money to market, and it appeals to way more people than meme coin trading does.
You know what I think is the move, for them but they're not going to do it because it disencourages deploys. Yeah, it disencourages deploys. It will make them less money, but I think it will grow. Is you have prediction markets, but they're not prediction markets. They're viral tokens, and there's only one. There's only one token, and
that are like exclusive to Pumpfun. Like they announce which one is that. This is the token.
Yeah, this is the token. Yeah. They simply put one out there. Say for Hantavirus, like yes, Kalshi and Polymarket have their yes or no markets. Pumpfun just say this is the coin. Go decide the value. And for every viral thing, like it's probably automated. Like when it picks up, it gets past a certain view or like virality in terms of metrics. The coin insta deploys, so there's no one at Pumpfun actually clicking the button. Like it's probably just soon as the prediction market comes up, they launch the token, and then it's fair game. But they're not. It
doesn't fit their business model. Like obviously that's not how they make the revenue. But like imagine when the Labubu craze in China was happening. If they had said, because there was literally 100 of those tokens and multiple of them actually did pretty well. Like imagine if it was one verified Labubu token.
Literally one, and then it's a clear bet on the coin being viral. But they're never ever going to do that because it disencourages deploys and how they actually make shitloads of money. So
how come no one's done that or tried to do that yet?
Because Pumpfun exists, and it's you can innovate all you want in the meme coin space, but people always default to Pumpfun because they were like, I want this coin to be crimed. That's the only reason people buy meme coins right now, is the idea of crime. There's no other reason. And until that changes, it's dead.
There is a version of this. You guys remember Linksy? He's this Things Market. He actually he hit me up last night. Like he wants to come on the show. I said, okay, let me read through it, and we'll talk about it if we could. But I think they're doing something like this where the token is deployed on the actual marketplace, not by individual deployers. I might have that wrong, but they do some stuff with like locking, like they don't let you sell and stuff like that. Like,
oh, that's a bit crazy.
It's like vesting basically, which I just don't see traders doing. But
I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. I'm not sure on vesting and things, but I do like the idea of a one coin market. Like it just simply comes out and you bet on the virality of the token. I think that can compete, but obviously not to the degree that prediction markets can. But yeah, I don't see.
We'll let him come on. We'll let him give his pitch.
He's probably got interesting takes on why I'm wrong and why I'm a moron.
Yeah, for sure. Are you guys afraid of Hantavirus at all? Generally speaking, the market does not seem spooked. It seemed spooked yesterday a little bit, but it's completely gained everything back. I'm not spooked in the slightest.
Nah, man. It's I think it picks up in virality because of what COVID was.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think it gets way overblown. And if COVID didn't happen, this wouldn't even be a news story. No one would even care.
It's a PTSD fear response.
I think so.
But I mean, the way it's transmitted is just totally different. So.
And we saw all of CT praying for it to become a thing. Like, oh, we're gonna get liquidity injections again. Markets are gonna go vertical. Give me Hantavirus. Everyone was saying that, and I was like, do we want that? I don't know.
Was there a small part of you in the back of your mind that wanted that?
Dude, there was a huge part.
Not the human effects. Not the human effects, but
I loved COVID, man. I was so happy. I was so happy during COVID. I don't know how you guys experienced it, but I loved it. I had a great time.
Yeah, so was I. I was pretty much doing what I'm doing now, man. Nothing's really changed. Nothing really changed.
My life forever changed. I stopped going into an office and I just never went back.
Yeah,
and then I ended up here somehow, but it was like the beginning of the end of me working for anyone.
Yeah. Also, the business I was in during COVID.
You were 2 years old when it started. How
quite
were you
literally
in a business then?
Quite literally, yeah. I was in a business full of 2-year-olds. Great stuff. But
were you guys back during the COVID days? Were you guys in the whole retail Robinhood mania? I could see you being a hardcore GameStop guy.
GME
guy.
No,
I was not a GME guy. I was a crypto guy back then. I was a DeFi, ETH, AVAX. I was trading crypto hard during COVID season.
And this is when was that when Dogecoin really took off?
Yeah. That was Doge days.
Crazy as well.
Dude, that was the golden days of crypto. I have so many fond memories of that time of crypto Twitter, and I wasn't even on crypto Twitter. I read it, and I was just a casual viewer of it. But I really appreciated the people who were the main characters back then.
Saga, Degen Spartan. Man.
They were the best, man.
Yeah.
Saga
he would tweet the sushi logo and sushi swap with 10x. And it's just...
Dude, it was so awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
But back when I was first starting in crypto, I was I didn't know anything about what I was doing, and I would join these Discord channels that in hindsight were clearly just guys pumping and dumping on me. But I was just trying to figure it out. I didn't know anything about anything. And I had no network in the space. So I was just trying to I figured it out as I went, and I got I was exit liquidity for about 6 months probably before I figured anything out. But it was still it was so much fun, and I got completely addicted to the space, and I'm still here. 5 years later now, 6 years later.
I think that was the moment that got us all hooked. A lot of us hooked. That initial craze. I just remember so vividly. I made so much money. I also lost it so quickly as well. But on the Solana, Luna, AVAX sushi trade, I made so much on that. And I just evaporated it just as fast as I made it. So,
have I told you guys I bought Solana at $4 and sold it at $10?
Yeah.
Many such cases.
Bro, I remember watching that rip on the first rip. When it went to I remember seeing it $80, and I remember watching it on Binance. Yeah, I used to trade Binance Perps, and I was watching it grind up. Too. I was bro, because it was no KYC, bro.
There was no KYC. I was using a VPN. And then I had 50K on Binance, and and someone convinced me. They're dude, they're gonna steal all of your money from you. You need to take all of it off there. But then I couldn't trade. I was trading RSR and Solana on Binance.
RSR, man, Jesus.
RSR, I made good money on RSR, and I had to rip. So I took all my money off of there. And then I was an ETH guy. I would not bridge to Solana. I would not. Bridge.
You were one of those. You were one of those.
I was only ETH. I was ETH DeFi, and then I bridged to AVAX, and I was an AVAX guy. But I was a big Trader Joe guy. It was my best trade of the cycle. Was Trader Joe.
Yeah.
but I never bridged to Solana. Although so a buddy of mine who I still I hope he's not listening to this. He was like known as like the crypto guy amongst my group of college buddies, and he made like a little bit of money, I think. I mean, I don't know how much money he made. And so he raised a fund at like the peak of at like the
devastating mistake, man.
so he raised like 300K or something. I think I gave him, and like I had been trading in the space and made some money, so I gave him 10. I gave him 10, 15K or something, and he was buying like SMBs for like 300 Solana. He was everyone's sole NFT exit liquidity, or I was, because I invested in it too. And now I think the fund is down like 80%, and I still have money in it.
Is he still operating it though? He's still going?
He's still operating it. I doubled down on it after I made some money on Bonk like 2.5 years ago. I gave him like 30K because it was like really down in the shitters, and he needed more capital to keep going. And I was like, you know what? I'll just buy like a bunch more percentage of his fund, and like maybe he'll catch something that I don't. And he caught absolutely nothing.
That's the most raging bull market of all time.
Bro, that's impressive. How did he not catch anything? I feel like all you had to do during that time was turn up, and you would just click buttons and make money. Like, it's so crazy.
Somewhere, my buddy, I think he turned like it's like 30 or 40K into I think like down 75% or something. So,
bro, you know what's the craziest part is a lot of the main characters in the meme coin space as well weren't even around when the Bonk and the Shark Cats and shit.
They don't know what Bonk is. Like they know about the Bonk Fund Launchpad and stuff. They don't know. They don't know like what really happened. And it's crazy. You know, like obviously there's different people involved with Bonk and all that now. I don't know if it's the same thing it used to be, but like that shit literally saved. I don't want to say anything too hyperbolic. You could say it saved crypto. like legitimately. In terms of like, because it created the entire on-chain wealth. It was like maybe small in the grand scheme of things, but like the wealth effects of that airdrop, literally, like it got airdropped to these developers who were all about to quit. They were all about to quit. They had no funding left. They had no runway. They were giving up, and then all of a sudden they got these 20, 30, 50, 100K like stimmies, and it let them keep going. And then some people got rich and they started doing it, and the whole meme coin thing started. Like it was like the next evolution. And it's crazy that the new like generation of traders, like, not that it's not relevant to them anymore. It doesn't matter. But like the lore of like none of this would exist without that. And it's pretty wild.
A lot of them never experienced a good market. Like a lot of them, like Jack Duval, for example. I think he's so funny. But he joined this space after Trump. He joined the space like on Trump.
Dude,
like,
what? Bro, that's when he joined the space?
Yeah, he joined and started trading meme coins like
after it was over.
Literally after it was over. Like, bro, I was already done by then. You know, I was already going like, wow, this has been a great cycle. Like, yeah, he joined.
He had a great tweet on the Alon thing, actually.
Yeah, I know he did have a great tweet. I wanted to bring that up, but I forgot to. That made me respect Jack Duval, actually.
Yeah, no, I think he's got some good takes, but it's like, wow, bro, you missed the fucking good part, man. You missed where it was all fucking booming.
Yeah. Like, the craziest thing about these new guys who haven't been around is like the majority of the people who have real money in crypto, or who made real money in crypto this cycle, just like have fucked off basically.
Yeah.
Or like don't have big accounts, or they're just like random guys you don't know who they are. But like a lot of like the Bonky C's, guys that made money on Whiff, on PopCat,
C-Meister.
You just don't know who or the guys that made real money in AI season, even like they're just like gone in the wind.
Yeah. I think C-Meister's a great example of that.
Yeah. Right. And these main characters are these guys like fucking Scented who are grinding over like 50K tokens and like 10K wins. Like the guys that made like, you know, we know multiple people that made millions off of the countless tokens, and you just don't know who the fuck they are. Bring that back again, please. I would like that. I would like that era of like the possibility of being able to make a 7-figure trade be back off of nothing.
Yeah, that was it was a good time. You would just log him on one day and it would win.
You know who, like, I feel like we used to shit on this guy a lot, but he kind of nailed the whole thing. Was, you guys remember Andrew Kang?
Yes.
Robotics guy.
Yeah, but he's insufferable, right? But he was one of those like old school Kales. He printed for sure in these first few cycles, and then he hard pivoted to AI and robotics. Yeah. And people thought he was just being a douche about it. Like, he thinks he's so smart, he can go do AI and robotics. Probably got into some pretty good deals.
Yeah, he won.
I think he got into some pretty good deals.
He won, man. He won. I remember, there's a video on my computer somewhere. I tweeted this out as well. It'd be in my media somewhere. When he was pivoting to robotics, I was clowning on him. And I put his profile picture. I put his profile picture and like the GTA theme song, like with a list of loads of GTA crimes next to it. When he pivoted to robotics, and he turned out he just won forever.
Baller move.
Yeah. What does he do now? Is he still tweeting, or is he just fucking?
He randomly popped up my algo, and I reposted an article of his last week. I think he mostly just talks about robotic stuff.
Yeah. He's got a picture of him surfing now on like, this guy's sick, bro. This guy's fucking cooler than me, bro. Fuck.
Seameister just pinged in ETB that he never listens to Risk On, and he just listened in and he heard us mentioning him. So I'm going to talk about. I made a tweet about him saying crypto bros will make 8 figs off meme coins and be like, you know what? I should start a fund investing in growth stage companies across the Middle East, and that was about Seameister. So I was clowning on him then, in the way that we all clowned at Andrew Kang. I wonder if Seameister will end up being right and make me.
Seameister's so tuned out, and I mean this as a compliment. He's so tuned out. He has no idea what's going on with all this that he pops in to like check in on crypto every once in a while, and he's like, "Oh, things are maybe looking good. Maybe I'll bid Bonk." Or like maybe I'll
bid useless.
He doesn't even know. He doesn't know that there's been hundreds of thousands of the next token, and that everyone has moved so far past that. But
that's gonna be me soon.
He probably has mental. I wish I could say he has mental peace and clarity, but he finds something to be upset about every day still. So
he's still probably buying Fartcoin or something. Everyone's moved on. He's
Dip Wheeler still shills Fartcoin every day.
Does he?
Well, Fartcoin's been ripping. Fartcoin actually, in a way, is still it's a perps vehicle that follows the market.
Yeah, you can't.
It's got to be up. It's got to be up like.
It's up. It's up.
So it looks like the Clarity Act's a done deal, which I think is probably a big reason why prices are behaving the way they are now. Swizzle, you were a long-staying standard. You've been saying forever that once this gets passed, that's when you ape into markets.
Big Clarity Act guy.
Are we pricing the Clarity Act in early? And are we just going to have a couple months of raging, like in the same way that when Trump won the election, it just was down only afterwards? Like Trump's win was priced in, and then we died for, a year. Is that what's going to happen to us with Clarity Act, perhaps, or do you think it actually can kick off a proper bull market?
Yeah. So here's the thing. I used to follow I was reading anything I could find on it a couple months back. The Clarity Act has been a near done deal or a thing like 3 or 4 different times now, and we keep seeing this. So whenever you see it in the media, it's like, it might be true, or it might be that they're trying to apply some pressure or whatever. They're talking about July 4th as the date. I think ultimately, I think it's very real. I'm not assuming this happens. It still could not happen. But if and when it does, I think it's legitimate. It's just like if people are expecting it to be Clarity Act gets passed and then all of a sudden we rip, straight back to 100K and all the altcoins go crazy. I don't know if that's how it'll work. If it had passed unexpectedly when Bitcoin was still in the 60s, I would have for sure been like, okay, I'm gonna pile into stuff. I think right now I'm already mostly allocated, like I've been allocated, but because we're at where we're at in the market, I more view it as I think it's a multi-year, very bullish directional trend. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be a candle that gets sold off or something in the short term. And the reason I say this is once it gets passed, you still have to understand these institutions move slow. So it's not like it gets passed and then all of a sudden all of these, institutional funds and all that are just clicking the green button and everything goes crazy. It's going to take months, if not years, for them to properly allocate. And we don't know exactly how they'll do that. Some of them have strategies. Some don't even have strategies yet. So I think it's really bullish. It doesn't, our crypto nature is like something good happened. Like, let me put 100% of my funds in tomorrow and expect it to go up 30%.
Yeah, and then when it
And
doesn't,
then there's
it's
people
like,
counter
stop.
trading that. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know how much you can read into it for price action.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of the institutional guys, the Goldman Sachs, the JP Morgans. They're all hiring shitloads of crypto roles now, like a massive influx of them. So it's probably definitely done. It's probably definitely done, and they're just hiring shitloads in the crypto space now.
It's a matter of when more so than if at this point. I think it's fair to say.
I think on the institutional side, a bit of a weird pivot, but Coinbase, man. They went down yesterday. Bro, they went down yesterday for like 4 hours. There wasn't a single Bitcoin trade for 4 hours on Coinbase. And no one seemed to be asked. Everyone was just clowning them. So
yeah, there was that with Coinbase. Their earnings were atrocious. They posted a $400 million loss. Just the day after, they cut 14% of their business to focus on AI, or so they said. However, their transaction revenue fell 40% year over year. Company doesn't come out and cut 14% of their work staff. I mean, 14% of their employees, and they brand it as an AI shift in their business. Like, no, you guys are fucking losing money. This is like we need to cut our staff because we are idiots overspending. And then we're also having non-technical people ship code, and we're going down for 5 hours.
Yeah.
That was bad, real bad timing.
Really
Unfortunate timing, because they're probably totally not related. But funny, very funny.
It's a good soundbite.
Yes, objectively very funny.
It is funny, but it's like they're probably in like revenue wise, like actually making money. They're probably not doing that bad, but it's like their spend is just complete madness. Like they spent like on Kobe, like Echo, what was it, 200 mil or something like that? 400 mil, on Echo, which has not really done anything since that. Like, I don't know how many deals have gone through, but I haven't heard of anything notable. They bought Kobe's podcast for how much? Like 20 mil?
25
30 mil?
So, yeah.
25 mil? And like they bought, what was the exchange they bought for like 2.9 bill? They acquired someone for 2.9 bill. Like,
I have no idea.
It was Deribit.
Deribit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this is crazy, man. This is absolutely insane. Like, I don't know what's going on over there. And Base, like their Base just being a literal car crash.
And now they're doing prediction market stuff, institutional custody stuff, Base chain, but they can't even like keep the fucking lights on.
I think the headline with like the revenue losses is a bit sensationalist, because this is not a surprise. And like, just to be fair to Coinbase, like this is not unique to them. Like all the exchanges had, very reduced revenue off transactions and volume and everything. Like Robinhood, if you look at theirs, they're doing okay, but like their crypto revenue was down dramatically. They happened to crush it on prediction markets, and that was kind of, their saving grace, and they have other, elements of the business they're doing well. But like anyone whose primary business is crypto right now has had a rough year. I think what it goes back to is like, Sats, what you were saying is like, the problem is they keep chasing. Like these are probably not massive expenses for them, like in the grand scheme of things, but when you're chasing prediction markets and you do a shitty job and it's not a good product, and then you chase, this and you chase that, and all of a sudden you chase 5 or 6 different things, and it's amounting to a few $100 million. It's like, it's not just the money. It shows that you have a lack of like proactive direction. Like you can't just try to chase things that other people are doing better and slap them on, and eventually that becomes your identity, that you do a bunch of things not very well. And that's what they have to be careful about. But it's a good company. It's a good company.
Yeah, it is a good company. It's just, it's consistent misses, It's a consistent miss. And when you buy Coinbase stock or something, you're buying because you believe they can produce what's going to be hot in the future. And they're currently proving time and time again that they're missing. They're missing consistently. Like they missed with Base Chain, Zora, Echo, Deribit. Like, how many more misses can you afford? But they're going to survive. They're first movers. Coinbase is still a good product. Like, you can't take that away from
balance sheet must be, I don't know. Look, their balance sheet's got to be absurd.
It's got, bro, the amount of Bitcoin these guys hold is completely insane.
Yeah.
Completely
They
insane.
bought. We had it here somewhere, right? They bought like 800. I don't want to say it.
They bought 88 million worth of Bitcoin or something.
Oh, 88 million. For some reason, I was thinking 800 million.
Yeah. Speaking of buying and selling Bitcoin, Saylor for the first time hinted at selling Bitcoin, saying, what did he say? He said that his goal is to buy more than he sells, and he's gonna have to sell Bitcoin to pay out strike dividends.
Bro, he's just trolling at this point, bro. He's just literally trolling. Like he just jumps on the timeline, says anything, goes on Grok and goes, make me some bullshit to post. And it works, man. It literally works. Like there's nothing more to it. Like what are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
He's just getting us all ready for his first sells. He's just trying to
he is. He's warming
get us
up.
ready. He's getting our asshole stretched. He's making sure we're primed.
Yeah,
he's ready. He's getting us ready.
And then he's going to fund his what is it, strike? He's going to fund the strike dividends, come back, raise more money off that, come back with more. What if he doesn't come back with more though? Does it like?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I personally don't love his current involvement in Bitcoin, but
I do think it would be healthier if we just didn't have this whole main character thing, because it's definitely
never meant to have this.
Yeah, look at his profile picture, man.
Is laser eyes in 2026? Come on.
No, it's what has happened? You know, what the hell is going on here, folks? This can't be a good sign. But
this is our guy. This is the Bitcoin leader. Is this fucking guy?
Yeah, this is our guy. I'd
rather have Tom Lee.
Too keen.
I'd rather.
That's
have
bold. That's bold. What happened with him as well? What happened with him? He's no longer getting.
They're slowing down. They're almost at their target, so they're slowing down their buying.
Almost at the target. What a great cost basis. Fantastic cost basis. Great investing.
Chart's finally starting to look good. No, we're good. We
don't
want any more. Crazy, man.
I don't have any more money to buy. I've got lots of coins to sell, though. So you guys should start buying.
Yeah. What is his cost basis, man? I gotta know. Let me just.
Gotta be.
Is Tom Lee's cost basis on ETH? Don't give me a crazy nut. Okay, you know what?
Be good.
It's better than I thought. He's up.
He's bought a lot towards the bottom and a lot towards the top, so it's got to be
2,100. 2,100.
No way. No.
Yeah.
That would mean he's up. That would mean he's up.
It's telling me here.
Bitmine is 3,700 to 3,900.
Oh, so yeah. You have to look at Bitmine because that's the vehicle he's buying with.
This is what Gemini Google is telling me.
I'm asking ChatGPT, and it says
Ethereum is just short of 2,300 right now. There's no way.
There's no way he's up, right?
Up.
It says that as of early of April 2026, Bitmine, their average cost basis was 2,100 per coin.
It's not public. Yahoo, I mean, this is all from March. I don't know.
Yeah.
March.
Yeah, from Yahoo Finance, the cost basis of Bitmine is 2,100 per coin.
Well, Mr. Lee, we might owe him an apology.
Yo, this guy's the investor. This guy's the Warren Buffett of crypto. What the hell?
I found it. It's they filed something 2,369 per ETH.
2,369.
That's their SEC filing.
All right, well, that's not bad. I mean, that's close to break even.
That's break even, bro. Yeah, that's a good trade. It's a break even in this market. It's a knee slide.
He owns $8.8 billion. Imagine the slippage of this. He's maybe getting out at 1,200.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, completely depends. But
we'll find out.
Yeah, and he's probably going to have to find OTC buyers for that. Yeah,
it goes back to, hey, maybe this guy has the same Clarity Act as a swizzle.
When you see the ultimate bull start trying to OTC you their bags, you know it's not time to buy. Right?
Yeah.
Like if sailors come to you and say, like, hey, dude, I got a deal
they have
for
to
you.
wait for fraud.
I got Bitcoin for you to buy. Do you want to?
They're holding this for they're holding this for 4 years minimum, right? So they got to be looking. The next time there's a frothy bull market, you're gonna know why it tops.
Yeah.
Tom's getting out.
You'll see Tom Lee's face.
He's running for the hills with his bags, his duffel bags.
No, Tom Lee's management fee and performance fees are gonna be through the fucking roof.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro.
Oh my god. All right, let's wrap it up here, boys. Good chatting. Go download Risk On. Hopefully we have a Risk On weekend. Although I have a feeling we're gonna bomb the fuck out of Iran at like 4:45 Eastern today, probably.
Did you say
Insider?
go download Risk On?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I did.
Have you been shipping some product?
Yeah.
I've been shipping product with my Mac Mini.
Genius.
That's a good point. We are nothing confirmed, but we are working on a couple of our listeners reached out and asked about a Telegram community, and we're working on that, putting that together. So I don't exactly know. We're unks here, so we don't exactly know how to properly set that up, but we are working on it, and we'll have something soon on that front.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
You can all be idiots together. And join us in being idiots. That'll be fun, and I think that's it. Is there anything else?
No, I think that's it, folks. I think that's it. Until next time.
All right. We'll be back Tuesday, 12 o'clock Eastern. Go download FOMO, promo code RISKON. Check out their web app. Be back Tuesday, guys. See ya.